Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Yeah, okay, a couple of big fights yesterday. One in middleweight, kind of big, against with two people, and I wouldn't give it a normal video by itself, but doesn't deserve it. And that's your boy Jaime Munguia versus Demetrius Ballard in Mexico. The reason why Jaime Munguia I used to like, and I still do really, it's just the principle. He's actually the mandatory challenger for Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo, but he's still fighting other people's. His last fight against Guy Rosado, he should have fought Demetrius Andrade or Charlo. He's the mandatory, so he's going around just fighting other stuff and only calling out the 40-year-old Gennady Golovkin. This kind of behavior shouldn't be tolerated. It's in boxing. You're the mandatory, so fight the champion, right? And he's just not, and then no one's forcing him to, and he's still cheering for him and stuff like that. Then move him way down away and out of the rankings or something, and then you can love him all you want. But if you're mandatory, you're supposed to fight the champion, But if Ryan Garcia doesn't have to do it, and when it comes to Devin Haney, and Canelo Alvarez didn't have to do it at 154 pounds against Andrade, they're Mexican and they got away with it. So that's why he's doing it, right? And it's just not good for the sport. Then get the hell out of the way and give another mandatory a shot, and you're not considered great, right? But okay. So he does handle his business. He fights Demetrius Ballard, beats him in round 3. He's the dominant fighter. Ballard, for some reason, didn't have any punch resistance. When he got touched, he just went down. I didn't see great punches that he should have been that as hurt as he was, but he was obviously hurt and they stopped the fight. Good for that. So maybe Munguia will call someone else out. I didn't look at post-fight anything because I'm not interested, right? When fighters are mandatories and they don't fight the champions, that's it for them, for me. That's it. Especially when I know that the champion is someone who needs these names, who they help avoid these names. So that's it. Jaime Munguia, when he's ready to fight one of the good ones, he's in the middleweight, right? Even at 154, he could have fought Jamel Charlo or something, but hurried up and left. Now Brian Castano takes over the WBO championship, and then he's ready to fight immediately against Jamel Charlo, but not Jaime Munguia, right? Gets out of there, goes 160, and we got two champions. You got Jamal Charlo, you got Demetrius Andrade. You don't want any parts of them, and you're mandatory. So why do we waste time talking? When he's ready to step up and fight those guys, then we'll holler back at him. But, good win, and they obviously can get away with that. Another fight that was big in England was your boy, and I can say it officially now, Kell Brook versus Amir Khan. Now, Kell Brook and Amir Khan was huge. They had a rivalry. They've been having parallel careers for about 18 years is what I'm hearing. But, they're talking about from the very beginning. But at least 10 years in the pros, they've been close in the same weight division, or very close to the same weight division, both from Britain. And only one guy wanted to fight real bad, and that was Kell Brook. So they finally was able to get the fight done. They're both 35 years old, but Kell Brook came in the fight, stops Khan in round 6, dominated him every round, walked him down, stalked him, and dominated him every round. I think only round Khan had a chance of getting from me was round 2. I think that was close to even. Other than that, your boy Kell Brook walked him down and beat the hell out of him. And that means, as far as I'm concerned, Kell Brook should never have been a B-side to Khan. Never. But this is how boxing works, right? You just anoint somebody and let them be the one, and there's some people that's deserving of a fight and they don't get it, right? But we know the one that's running, but we still call that one better. No, Khan was never better than Kell Brook. He was different. He has faster hands, right? Amir Khan has faster hands than a whole lot of fighters. But he's going to get knocked out and caught eventually, right? With those faster hands, he could be leading the fight, but he's going to get knocked out and caught eventually. Not every time, but most of the times. Even like a Maidana fight, who he won, but the Maidana fight go one more round, Khan was losing that. But that doesn't mean Khan's not great. It makes for exciting fights. Khan, right? And then, but sooner or later, boom, he's going to get hit, and then he's going to struggle. But Even when Khan's hurt, he fights back, right? But he just, those fighters shouldn't be better than the fighter that they don't want to fight. That's my only issue. Just stop calling the one that doesn't want to fight better than the one that wants to fight. And there's so many examples of that, right? And I just think this is good, that Brook was, just always, in my opinion, better than Khan. Just like, in my opinion, Andrade's better than Canelo. Deontay Wilder's better than Anthony Joshua. I know those things people don't like to say, but it's one person that's not trying to fight. So the one that's trying to fight is better, in my opinion. Now, I was hearing during the fight, and this is pertinent. Pay attention here. Khan is the smaller fighter, right? Brook is started at 147 pounds. Khan actually started at 135 and worked his way up to 147 pounds. So Kell Brook is the bigger man, right? Well, that's true. But that's still true, and this is to go to a few fans, American fans here. That's the exact same scenario with Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford. Let's make sure that's clear. The exact same scenario, right? Kell Brook is chasing the hell out of Amir Khan forever. But what we're seeing is Terrence Crawford, the one who's coming up for 135 to 147, is chasing Errol Spence. And we're okay with that. It shouldn't be that way. Errol Spence is the Kell Brook in this case. Errol Spence is supposed to beat the hell out of little old Terrence Crawford, walk him down and beat him up, like Kell Brook just did to Amir Khan. Not only do we not want to see that, nobody even cares about that. Your boy, Terrence Crawford's doing the chasing. Matter of fact, I just did a video yesterday about Terrence Crawford will go up even to his 4th weight division and start chasing. So that should be the same thing. And then here's another thing. When Terrence Crawford fought Errol Spence, when Terrence Crawford fought Kell Brook, didn't look like that. Kell Brook looked pretty good for a minute, but got stopped. Matter of fact, with a lead jab, right? So this makes Terrence Crawford even look way better, right? It makes him look way better if you just took parallel, because we're going to give, Amir Khan a little bit of excuse. He's not as big as Kell Brook by a little bit, of course, right? That's the exact same thing with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. So actually, let's ask Errol Spence to do what Kell Brook did. Chase Terrence Crawford all over the damn place till you get the damn fight. We're not even asking him to do that. I'm making sure that's clear, because then if we're going to use this excuse for Amir Khan and we're going to use it for Terrence Crawford, or we're not. But it's the same kind of thing. So I want to make that clear. Anyway, I'm going to cut this short. Congratulations to Kell Brook. He got that monkey off his back. No more second fiddle to Amir Khan. And hey, you know what? Maybe Amir Khan could talk some smack enough to want a rematch with Kell Brook. You know why I think Kell Brook could take it? Just to see his name first on the damn poster. Just to see him get more money. Not 50-50, more money than Amir Khan in a fight. He would do it just for those reasons alone. Watch what I tell you. Doma Sports Talk. Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.